Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Just Casual Vlog. It has been so long, I'm so sorry, but here is my update for the last 3 or 4 weeks, why I've been MIA and what's going on. So, first of all, anyone that's watching this, holy crap, thank you so much for still watching and sticking with me and not unsubscribing. I know a subscription feed can get kind of busy, so any of you that actually care about what I'm saying, much appreciated, and hopefully I can be entertaining and be a little more consistent. Oh, let's be real, a lot more consistent with what I'm doing with this channel and keeping things up to date with you guys. But holy moly, the reason why I haven't been posting a lot is because I've been really busy and really free. It's been interesting because, first of all, the biggest reason why the change of schedule in my life is that I've been trying to take care of my family a bit more. And when I say family, I'm talking about like my dog and my wife and me. I quit my job. I don't have a full-time job. That's not new news, at least for most of us, for most of you guys. But that means that I did that because I wanted more time to work on stuff and build my craft, right? To be honest, if I worked 8 hours a day, I would build my craft very, very quickly. It might not be as fast as I want it, but then I think about what I'm sacrificing if I do 12 hours a day. I'm sacrificing time with my wife. And that may be okay, but I also think that I'm at a point, and me and my wife have talked about this, that I'm at a point where I don't really need to work 12, 16-hour days, and I can just work 8 hours a day, even 6 hours a day, build up experience and grind enough where I'm not sacrificing too much of time with my wife. And that's really, really important. Keeping my wife happy, keeping the family happy, keeping myself happy is really important. And always grinding is something that it's a young man's game, which I'm still a young man, but also, or a young person's game. But also, like, when you have a family, when you're in a relationship, when you have other commitments, it's a lot harder. And I'm in a weird situation where I could grind, but I don't necessarily, or I'm sorry, when I say grind, I mean like putting in like 24 hours a day. I don't necessarily need to do that. And it's all about like where the give and take is and where the compromise is. And that's a marriage, right? So at this point, I'm trying to make my 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day as efficient as possible when my wife is not home. Now, when she is home, I try to spend a lot of time with her and make sure that, our relationship is good. We're having fun. We're enjoying this whole time because living in the present is also important. Now, we do have to make sacrifices, and I do make sacrifices, and she makes sacrifices for me to do what I love and to chase after this career that I really, really want. And that's awesome, and I appreciate that. So I want to appreciate her by killing some of that time. Killing some of the time that I do my grind while she's home, right? So that has meant that I've been having a lot more fun and just spending a lot more quality time and taking trips and just going out and going to Dave & Buster's or like having a picnic on our porch and things like that. Now, that being said, there's some things that I can't do at night that I have been doing. So that includes eWatch, the Lola podcast, and just other things. So with that, I just had my last episode of the Lola podcast, which is crazy. It's just shy of 4 years. Pretty sad, but it's really cool. And who knows, I probably could just hop on every now and then, just like, hey, I want to talk about something, and I could just talk. And my wife would be okay with it, because it's not like every evening is now gone and unproductive. It's just that I want to give more time to my wife. Because if she's happy, I'm happy. If she's happy, I can grind harder. And it's just a balance and compromise, right? So Lola, it was just taking up a lot of time. And the hardest thing for me was that I don't think it was an efficient use of my time. Yes, doing Lola got me a lot of experiences and got me a lot of my foot in the door with a lot of things. And that was awesome. That being said, I felt like I was working at 30% efficiency with Lola because I built a team and staff and a community that wasn't exactly what I'm trying to do now, right? I can't ask a ton of volunteers to commit more time and work harder and grind harder because this is my vision of what I want to do, or this is what I'm trying to use my time for. But I need to respect and appreciate what they have given to Lola and not expect them to work towards my goals. Like, that's just wrong, right? So because of that, Lola is a thing that I liked and had fun with, but it wasn't the most efficient use of my time. And I'm not trying to use my time as much for leisure. I'm trying to use my time effectively, efficiently to grind and to build my portfolio, resume, and expertise to actually be qualified for a lot of these things that I'm trying to do in the short term and long term. So with that, eWatches was a big thing that that was really there to learn how to use content, learn how to create content on YouTube, to grow a YouTube channel, to grow a social media following about esports, and become like an expert in League of Legends esports. Now, unfortunately, I'm having a meeting tonight with eWatch people, eWatch crew, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. But that being said, and today's Monday, that being said, Manny, who is like my co-owner, we were doing this because we both wanted esports, we both wanted to grow a YouTube channel, we both wanted to connect casual viewers of League of Legends to get really excited about League of Legends and get the knowledge that they need to enjoy it and appreciate League of Legends esports more. He had personal stuff happening, he's moving back to Colombia, and because of that, it's just, we can't keep up the content that Manny and I wanted to keep up. He was a great quote-unquote business partner because he could work during the day with me. And that was great because that didn't take away time from me and my family, right? So now we have Austin and Rhino, who we've labeled more as collaborators because they work with us, but they are not as invested or not as much, don't hold as much ownership to eWatch. Now that might not be their opinion, I'm not really sure, but this was Manny and my project, right? This was our baby. So without Manny, eWatch, I'm afraid, has become what Lola was to me and create more stress because I want a level of commitment that's similar to mine, and I can't ask that for people that are collaborators or volunteers, right? So that's what tonight's meeting is going to be about, to see what their vision is and if we can do that. But going into it, I'm feeling very pessimistic that we might just end eWatch because that actually might not be aligned with my goals right now. So what I've been doing for the last month is actually trying to reinvent myself and figure out what I want to do and how I can get a job in esports and start a career. And I realized that I think I want to be, in 25 years, I've come back to this actually because this was my goal. Like in 25 years, I want to be the guy that knows esports content, right? And content includes social media, not just YouTube and not just podcasts. So what I'm trying to do is actually build my resume and experiences to actually be what I think it should be in like 10 years. So I'm trying to become an expert in the scene when it comes to social media, when it comes to content, specifically for esports, right? So that's not going to happen overnight. That's going to be a long-term thing. But because of that, I've been just grinding, listening, learning, reading, and educating myself when it comes to esports content and esports social media. I think content, social media is, no matter what, it always exists. It just changes the platform. So understanding how content works on social media, which is like a very popular medium to digest content, that's what I want to be an expert on. That's where the circles or the mediums kind of intersect with each other. So I'm doing all I can, and that means a lot of learning and less talking and less doing. Now I'm at a point where I want to start doing, and that's why I've been kind of quiet with vlogs, because I've been working this out, trying to figure out like what I should do with Lola, what I should do with eWatch, and now I'm at a point where I'm trying to create content around that. So one, I've joined an esports organization called 12 Nights as their social media person and hopefully content person as well. We'll see how that goes. And that's been exciting. It's FPS, so it's a completely new like genre of esports to me. So I need to spend a lot more time learning rather than talking, right? On top of that, I want to start a new YouTube channel, and I've been starting content and like auditing what people are doing when it comes to content. So I'm actually going through a 10-part series, 10 videos, where I go through every single NALCS YouTube channel and talk about improvements that I think they can make, things that they're doing well, and what I think their content should be shaped for in the future. So this is just a lot of stuff going in my head. I'm completely like doing a 360 and readjusting myself to become an expert, and that requires a lot more learning rather than talking, rather than making podcasts. But I still want to exercise these skills and prove that I can do them, so I'm going to be doing this kind of solo stuff, I think, until I can find partners. But I think I just need to like grow myself and learn myself and double down on that. So that is a quick update, under 10 minutes for the Just Casual Vlogs. See you guys.